Good afternoon, guys. Y'all saw my video on the Lowrider 3. That's what it is right here. Got a 4-foot cut size here, but a 54-inch table. I think I'm 68 inches wide. And I've got a tilt table here. So some of y'all had asked how I collapse it. First thing I'm going to do, I've got a shut-off switch right here. Turns it on and off. Got it plugged in over here on the wall. Just going to pull that plug. Get everything set away. This just plugs in there. Wrap it up because I'm a nice neat type of guy most of the time, not all the time. Got my little helper today doing the video for me. That's going to be power. I do have my vacuum hooked up, as you can see the hose here. Just pull my vacuum hose off down here underneath. I do have my newest rigid vacuum. I do have a switch under here that turns on the vacuum when the router's turned on as well. Just got our vacuum out of the way. See if I don't get discombobulated. This is power source down here for the actual machine. I have power source hanging on the other side. So the first thing you got to do, you have the belt tensioner right here. I'm going to come to the other end. We know the other end has the belt tensioner. Gonna loosen that bad boy up. Before I do that, I want to make life simple for me. Bring her back to home. I also have the pendant switch you guys saw me build. Unplug that. Get all my Ethernet cable here. This is how I hook it up. It's working out so far. Keeping it nice and neat. And not stretching my cable all over the place. Tried the telephone cord, didn't like the way it wound up. Tried solid Ethernet cable. Holy cow, is that stuff thick, and did not work very well. And wound up getting this super thin Ethernet cable. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Always have something sitting around here. So just tidying up my cables first, guys. I gotta disconnect everything to keep everything going for me, if that makes sense, because this is connected by power. This is connected multiple ways. I do have the router connected, so we're gonna unplug that. So now the gantry is on its own. Go back over here, loosen up my screws. I can take these guys off. Just gonna fold these up. This one's gonna slide forward, come off. I'm gonna pull it through a little bit, mess it all up. Remember last time I took this apart what all I did with it, but see if it fits here. Stuffing out of the way. I think when I stored it for winter, I had it wound up beside my table, or so I gotta get my butt into that back corner now. So this is why I like the Lowrider 3. Get back up. Same thing on this side, you got the tension it's holding. Just gonna use my screwdriver and loosen it. Pull it loose. Pop this side loose, feed it through, everything backing over here out of the way. That means now you can see the gantry free slides. You don't hear the motors anymore, it's just free sliding. Get my pendant out of here. Gantry's the fun part. So, let's see how clear I am underneath again. Forget where I'm at. Looks like I'm good. I'm gonna take the gantry off and set it to the side. It's gonna go in your face right now, folks. Let's put the gantry right over here out of the way. I say that I'm going to. Wants to roll. Let it roll. Don't flip over. Alrighty. Look at the table. See how much give we got right here? So what I've designed is a 2-bolt pattern. One bolt is always in with a nut and a spacer. The other one pops out. I'm gonna pop the back side off first. And I'll show you how the other one comes off. Got this carriage bolt that just goes through. Lift up here, take the tension off. This one slides right out. And I gotta remember, I gotta go this way. If I go the other way, I am in trouble. Try to clear everything. I say I go that way. If I go the other way, I'll knock off the power switch. Bad representation, guys. Looks like my shelf up here has sagged a little bit from last time I messed with this, and there's also a bunch more weight on it. Very interesting. So I'm gonna bring it all this way. Kick it back. I have tortoises in here over the winter. And then I use this in the summer. Because ideally it should look just like that. But I have a lot of weight up on the shelves right now. That's all my Christmas stuff that I do RGB lighting with. It's also on my channel. My Christmas tree's up there. I think it's got a lot of sag. I'm probably going to have to put a 2x4 on the floor underneath and a T-brace to kind of lift it back up. Because this, up in the upright position, does slide right underneath this loft area. There's plenty of sag in that. Oh yeah, you see that movement? That's pretty bad. Anyways, we go right there just like that. Gantry. If I can hold it right. Limited on space. Sits right there. So just imagine this is folded up. Gantry's in place right here. If there wasn't so much weight on this shelf, I can actually slide it into the back corner of my shed and then have all this floor space this is sitting in. So I do have a 2x4 in here. I do have some lumber in here. Looks like I'm gonna level out this shelf so I can get this under there since I took the time to flip it and rotate it today. But that's basically it. You can see the overall, you can see the bolts that come through. You see the somewhat torsion box that I built. That way I have a nice solid platform, but that's my table. I had an MPCNC before, and if you look down on this corner, this open space right here, That's as far as the table used to come to, was right here. This was shelves and drawers right here. And my MPCNC took up all that other space. I extended it when I made the Lowrider 3 and took it to the full width. Put the 2x4 bracing in there for rotation. That kind of keeps the two boards spread apart. Everything else teeter-totters on these 2x4s. So that's how it rotates. Very simple to rotate back. I can leave the Lowrider down there. I'll run into a whole bunch of different things right now. So see, it just folds right back down. I could let it drop this way, but you see that power switch is going to get knocked off. Just lost the power cord. I take my bolt right here, hands off, one side in. Don't want to play too much with it. The other side is still loose. I can crawl under there and get my Lowrider frame out, the gantry, but I don't need to. I prefer to put it on. I think I usually use my desk, or my trash can is usually on the other side. My trash can's in the corner right now. I am going to leave this out, slide it forward, brace my shelf, because I kind of want to fold and store this right now. But that's my folding table. Again, kind of play with this right here. It's not rocket science. That's what allows it to rotate. We come up, we rotate. It's as heavy as 3/4 inch MDF. And 2x4s. No big deal for me. Just getting to set it in place. Right there. Lock the other side in place. Just 1/2 inch bolts. There's a hole on this side. We find it, we lock it in. That little bit of give that's right there doesn't bother me. My Lowrider 3 knows it's level. It cuts perfect. I've got a sacrificial board on top of my sacrificial board. Need to come back with a full piece of MDO to have a full sheet here. I used what I had when I converted, because again my MPCNC was only this small. Hopefully that helps you understand the wonderful table I made. I'd like to modify it, but one step at a time. I like to get to cutting and having fun. Thanks guys.